Welcome to the Vecino's Coffee Guy. We have been learning so much since the Boston show about cold brew. And so we wanted to take our time and give you more in-depth understanding of nitro brew. Cold brew is huge right now, and what's really becoming critical as Americans, we tend to want everything our way and we want it fast. And so what we're going to look at in this episode is doing cold brew rather than over extracting the goodness out of the coffee in cold water over 12, 16 hours. We're going to look at the American way is coming up with producing cold brew fast. Now, one of the things we have learned about cold brew is that it is very non-acidic, and it doesn't have that bright note that you like when you like an African or Central American coffee. It tends to be more non-acidic, like a lot of the Asian coffees. They're non-acidic. And part of the reason that is happening is you pull the acidic qualities out of the bean with hot water. And so if you don't have hot water and you're extracting it over a longer period of time, which makes it cold brew, it takes a lot longer. Heat shortens the time of extraction. So you got heat and you've got pressure and you've got grind and all these perimeters around getting out of the coffee what you want. So we're going to look at the American way is the fast way and preserving some of the acidic qualities. Now, some of you may like the low acidic nature of cold brew, and if that's the case, there's still the methods of doing it over a longer period of time with colder water to not extract the acidic qualities in the bean. So we're going to look at several things about cold brew that's emerging, because cold brew is storming the market. I would say it's the fastest growing segment of the specialty coffee market that I can observe. So I want to keep you up to date. It's kind of worldwide now. It's, Starbucks is even doing it. That's how they've caught up with the specialty coffee scene in the cold brew system. And so I don't know. I don't go to Starbucks, but I've heard that they even have nitro cold brew. So I don't know. I'll have to go check that out. But we want to help you and keep you at pace with the specialty coffee market and trends that are growing. And why are they growing? There must be something about it that affects the consumer, that they want something that is growing so fast. So we want to look at that. And I want to grow myself as I produce these videos, and I produce cold brew nitro coffee. I've been doing that for a few years now, more than a few, but I want to keep pace too, and I want to keep learning. And so I've had some really eye-opening experiences in Boston that I want to take you to as we go back to the clips that we shot in Boston. And we want to look at this whole cold brew thing. So we're going to look at the brewing of cold brew and the extraction of it and different ways that people are brewing cold brew now. We want to look at different ways that people are producing nitro. I remember going to to get a tank of nitro. And that's still an option, and that's how most people start. And now there's producing oxygen. They're pulling the nitrogen out of the air and condensing it and putting it directly on the keg. And some people are not even using kegs, they're using concentrate in a box, like a soda machine. And then we want to look at the infusion of nitrogen into the coffee. It used to be, well, it still is the way I'm doing it with a keg. It still takes about 12 hours to infuse that coffee with nitrogen so it gets that foam head and does the cascading that we're talking about. So let's look at some of these things and let's grow together as we talk about cold brew. And then we're going to look at different ways to dispense it. There's dispensers that chill it as it comes out. And so how do we look at dispensing? Some are infusing it as it comes out or just before it comes out. So we're going to look at the new breakthroughs in nitrogen cold brew and cold brew coffee and dispensing of the coffee. So this is Guy from the Vecinos Coffee Guys. Stay tuned.